everybody, it's Amanda from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Hope you're all well. Today I'm going to make a really pretty card using this really pretty set. Now it might look a little bit unassuming, but it's one of those sets that once you start to use it, you realise just how beautiful it is. It's a two-step stamping stamp which means you stamp the outline and then you can stamp over with these elements which give like a a mottled faded watercolor wash effect. It's stunning. And the other good thing about this is it's free. It costs me nothing because it's a celebration set, so for every £45 you spend you get to choose one, and this is one of the ones that I chose and I would very much recommend it. So without further ado, and there's 11 pieces in it as well, which is a bargain. So I'm doing it in purples, obviously, because it's lavender. You don't have to, you could have it any colours you want. And this is Perfect Plum, and I have cut it 11 inches by 4 1/4. And I'm just going to simply fold it in half and make my card base. Give that a crease. Try not to rock my table. So I still haven't had it weighed down yet, so do apologise, I'll get there. Right, so then we're going to use several layers, and we're going to layer on top of there, we're going to use some of the Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper, which just gives any card a little bit of a lift. I don't bother gutting out the centres like some people do to save cardstock, because I tend to not use tiny scraps anyway. So I've cut this to 4 1/8 by 5 1/4. And it will layer on like so. And then I have some Wisteria Wonder cardstock, which is just a lighter shade than the one underneath, and that one is 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, and then our stamp layer is 3 1/2 by 4 5/8. Okay, and I have cut them so because I'm going to have this one slanted. Okay, so they don't layer exactly nesting inside each other. They're a little bit different. So I'm going to build my base up first, and I'm using Fast Fuse, especially on the glimmer card, because it's got quite a smooth, shiny background. It's a little bit thicker and a little bit sturdier than normal card, so you definitely need your Fast Fuse to be able to adhere it. Me and Fast Fuse better not be falling out today. I've started a new one, so it's a bit tricky. Okay, so I'm going to layer that up as nice and straight as I can. There we go. Give that a good press. And then my next layer, which is the Wisteria Wonder. Don't forget to check out my blog. My cards are always on my blog, and all the products that I use are over there with little links, and you just click them and it takes you straight to go and have a look at them in my online shop. So I'm going to layer that on now. Again, I'm using Fast Fuse. Okay. And then just under there I'm going to add one of these doilies. Now I happen to have run out of the Stampin' Up! Ones. This is contraband. And it is quite a large one. I think this is bigger than the Stampin' Up! Ones. So if you come to use a Stampin' Up! One, cut it in half and, you know, put it on in 2 halves so that it reaches where I want it, because I want the edges of the doily to protrude. Okay, so when my Stampin' Up! Ones come in and I make this card again, what I'll do is I'll cut the doily in the middle and then just glue them on a little bit apart, because you just want these to just show. Okay, give that a press. Right, that's our base ready. So now I'm going to do my stamping. I'm going to do the fun bit. So obviously I'm going to use this lovely big lavender here, and I'm using Memento. And I'm going to stamp it at a bit of an angle. I don't want it just stamping just in the centre and just all on its own, so we're just going to add a bit of interest, and I'm going to go like from corner downwards, like so. Give it a press. Lovely, beautiful clear image. And I've used Memento because, and I've put it away, I'm going to use my alcohol markers just for some little touches. So let me just get those ready. I want the light rich raspberry and I want my old olive. They come in duos, so if you can just see the difference in shade there, I've got a light one and a dark one. And same with the rich raspberry, they come in duos like that, so you've got a dark and a light. And I'll just get my colour lifter out, and then we're ready. Forgot to get those ready. So move those to one side a minute. And then I'm going to do my watercolour wash, so it's like this one here. And I'm using Wisteria Wonder, and it's better if you stamp off first. In fact, I might stamp off twice. We'll see. Hold on a minute. So you load it with ink and then you stamp off and then you stamp on your card. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So stamp off to get some of that ink off because we want it to be nice and faded kind of look. And then stamp it just round about over where the flowers are. If it's not perfectly straight, it doesn't matter because that is the style of the stamp. It's not meant to look perfect. Oh, I need to keep that out. I need to keep that out because what I'm also going to do is I'm going to add these. This is my sample card, and I'm just going to add these little dotty bits which I absolutely love, and they are from the Petal palette, which is a 2-box set. And I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to stamp off again because I want it really faded. I don't want it hardly any ink. I just want to just shown a bit of colour. See, it's quite a nice deep colour is Wisteria Wonder. So I'm stamping off again, and then add it on the bottom like that. There we go. Just adds a little bit more interest than having loads of white on your card. So I can shut that now. Done with that one. Okay. So I'm going to now just lightly colour in. Do a bit of colouring in with my blends, stamping blends. And I'm using the fine end because my details are quite small. And I'm just going to gently add some colour to that bow. And this one is rich raspberry. Oh, I love that word. I don't know who thinks up these names of the inks, but they're brilliant. So I'll just give that a nice bit of colour on there. I've blobbed a bit there, but never mind, I'm not worried. Okay, so that's that. And then using Old Olive, I'm going in with the lighter colour first. I'm going to do the stalk. And then I'm doing the leaves. It just adds a pop of green. And it's the beautiful pens to work with as well. And because I've used the Memento, it won't bleed. It won't bleed out. Just be careful that you have something underneath because depending on what cardstock or papers you're using, it could bleed through. You don't want it on your table. Because alcohol markers are permanent. It won't come off. Well, it might do if you bleached it, but... And then I'm just going to go in and just add a little bit of touches of darker with the darker Old Olive pen. You don't have to be no massive artist to use them. Just add the shading where you think. And it'll just add a little bit of something to your leaves. And then I'm just going to go in with my colour lifter or blender, and I'm just gently go around where the two colours meet so that it blends, so it doesn't look like there's a hard line. Basically that's about as far as my colouring in skills go. But it looks really good, and they are lovely. There we go. So now those leaves do look like they've got some depth to them, which is smashing. So now I can add this to my card. So with my fast fuse again. But I'm not going to put it straight, I'm going to put it at an angle. Okay. So just have a look before you commit. Make sure you've got it within the frame of your card, but at the same time at an angle. So I'll have it there. I'm happy with that there. Okay, like so. Now I'm going to do my sentiment. Woo! And then we're nearly good to go. So I'll just get some pieces of scrap. Got some Whisper White, and I've got some of the same colour cardstock under there. And I'm just taking a sentiment. It happens to be from the Petal palette again. Just use what you've got. And I'm going to stamp in, where's it gone? Ah, basic grey. Don't want it in black because I think the black, it can be a bit harsh sometimes for sentiments. So just for a bit of a softer look, I'm having basic grey. What's that? Get off. I'll get that off in a minute. So I'm going to stamp as close to the edge of my card as I can, so that I'm starting off with a straight edge. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful font. Absolutely love it. And I'm just going to cut that by hand. Okay. I do find that if you use longer bladed scissors, you've more chance of getting it kind of straight. Although I don't tend to worry about it too much. If it's not perfectly straight, you know, it's handmade, it's been made with love, not with a machine, so it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. And then I'll just, have I got a smaller piece of scrap? Yes, I have. Don't want to waste that big piece, I can use that for something else. Stick it on a smaller bit. And again, use a straight edge as a guide. It'll just help you if you're not very good at getting things straight, like I'm not. Oh, don't like that, it's not straight, pull it off. Don't like it. Pull it off. Do it again. I'm not over fussy, but if things aren't straight, I'm wonky-eyed enough as it is. I don't need my sentiments to be wonky, or else they'll look double wonky to me. There we go, that's better. We've rescued it, it's not a big deal. And then we will trim that to size, just leaving a very small border, hopefully. Hopefully fairly straight. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Load it up with some mini dimensionals. One, two. I don't know why I feel the need to count the dimensionals. You know, I don't know why I do it. I just do. One. And I always count again when I'm taking the backing off. Bonkers. And then I'm going to just go for this corner here where this card at the back here is straight and that one's on the wonk. I'm going to line it up with the straight one, like that. Okay. And there we go, we're good to go. Not bad. Near enough exactly the same as my sample. So I hope when you're looking in this celebration catalogue and you're picking your freebies that you'll give this stamp set a try. And there it is. Lots of lavender. Hope you'll give that a try. Don't forget to check out my blog, scrimpingmommy.co.uk. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.